What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Thursday edition of my NBA DFS podcast. We have the in-season tournament semifinals tonight, so we are going to be a victim to another two-game slate. It's our third two-game slate of the week, and then we only have the one game on, I think, Saturday, which is the in-season finals. So it was exciting and, fun that this in-season tournament is bringing for us as viewers. It's kind of crushing DFS, at least for this week. But we have two pretty good games tonight. No injuries to worry about. We have LeBron questionable like he is every night, but we know he's playing. This Pacers and Bucks game, a new record, 257 over-under right now. So we're going to want to try to get some exposure. Not only because it's a two-game slate, but because it's by far the more scoring game of the slate. So we want to get, a majority of stuff from this first game at 5 o'clock Eastern. I had to remind myself like 5 different times today to make sure to update my website. I'm probably going to have my site updated around, 4:15 to 4:30 Eastern. And hopefully we can have another good night. Yesterday we did really well. The hybrid team crushed for 358. Was pushing tournaments. I had Dinwiddie and Jimmy Butler in all of my lineups, and they kind of underperformed. Dinwiddie was playing extremely bad until he kind of got hot in the fourth quarter. I think he had like 12 fantasy points, and then he quickly doubled his output in the fourth quarter. So he at least saved face, allowed us to cash in nicely. The hybrid's on the left. The cash is on the left, the hybrid's on the right. The hybrid scored 20 less points, but still cashed in easy. We had 337 on the hybrid, and then we had 358 on the cash. So it ended up being an easy cash for both lineups. Orlando Robinson was the, clear-cut best value on the slate. Jabari Walker would have been as well if he didn't get into foul trouble. But let's have another good night tonight. Like this video, subscribe. Hopefully these 5 plays help you out. We're going to jump right into point guard. Damian Lillard, 9,200. It's an interesting slate here because we have Giannis as the clear-cut, best spend up, but it's the opportunity cost of positions tonight. If we go to Giannis, we have to sacrifice. We most likely have to sacrifice Halliburton and Lillard, and there is more value at the forward position tonight than point guard, because if we pick someone like Giannis, we're gonna have to put D'Angelo Russell and Jose Alvarado in our lineups, and when does that ever feel good? So as good of a play as Giannis is, the opportunity, positional cost tonight, I don't think I'm going to get to him, unfortunately. I think he has an 80-point ceiling tonight, but I really don't want to roster D'Angelo Russell again. He was like 90% owned because we had to pick him last slate, and he sucked. I mean, maybe on GPP I'll do Russell with Giannis, but for cash and hybrid, I want to fade Giannis, and I want to spend up on Lillard and Halliburton at point guard, just because point guard is a shit position. If you want to save some money, you can go to McCollum. I do not want to pick D'Angelo Russell or Jose Alvarado in my cash game lineups. I know Alvarado did well last game. He's not going to play more than 17 minutes. And on a normal night, he'll be lucky if he gets double-digit fantasy points. He happened to run into 2 steals and 2 blocks. I'm not picking Jose Alvarado tonight. I don't care what anyone tells me or what any optimizer or projector tells me. I'm not picking Jose Alvarado. I refuse to. He's not getting 20 fantasy points tonight again. He's not going to play minutes. So for point guard, I like Lillard for the, aspect of me not picking D'Angelo Russell or Alvarado. Lillard looks really good at 9,200. He's been playing lights out as of late. As you can see, in 7 straight games, he has over 40 fantasy points. He needs 46 to hit value tonight. I think he'll do that. Like I said, this Pacers and Bucks game is has the potential to be a world record breaking points total here with the 257 projection. So I like Lillard, especially if you're not picking Giannis. I like getting different, flipping on the other side. If Giannis doesn't, if Giannis underperforms a little bit tonight, it's going to be mainly because Damian Lillard is overperforming. So I like him at 9,200. He should do a lot tonight. Shooting guard, I'm going to go with Malik Beasley. If you're not picking Giannis, it's good to get cheap with all these other pieces here. Beasley looks like a good value play at 5,200. Not because he's a good player, but because he plays a ton of minutes. And having Giannis and Lillard on your team, you're just going to run. I mean, if I was playing the wing tonight in my 5'9" body, I could get open. I could stand in the corner, shoot some open threes. It's Giannis. He draws a ton of attention. Damian Lillard draws a ton of attention. Malik Beasley is going to get his open shots, and he's been hitting them this year. He's playing 35 to 40 minutes a game. They blew out the Knicks in that in-season tournament game on Tuesday, so he only played 32 minutes. He was on pace to play 37. These in-season tournament games, it sucks because it's a 2-game slate, but it's really good basketball. These guys play a ton of minutes. It's going to be tight. It's going to be competitive. Beasley needs 26 fantasy points. He's shown he can get over 30 over the last few games. He just looks like a really safe cash game play. Again, it's only 2 games, 4 teams to pick from, so it's not like we have a ton of options. I like Malik Beasley as a spend down tonight. Small forward, we're going to continue to pick from this game. I got 4 out of my 5 plays in this video from this Pacers and Bucks game. I like Chris Middleton. Again, if you're not picking Giannis, I like getting to every other piece on this Bucks team. Middleton should play. They've been limiting him all season, really, because he's had his injury, calf, Achilles, whatever it is. But he's had a nice 4-game stretch of playing mid-20s in minutes. They blew out the Knicks last game, still played 26. He might get up towards 28, 29 minutes tonight. And he'll look really good if he gets up there. He can easily be more than a fantasy point per minute kind of guy. He's a great player. He usually plays a bunch of minutes, but they're just staying cautious with him. Needs 31 fantasy points. He just about did that last game. I like him to have a lot of usage. I know he's not going to play as many minutes as everyone else, but he has really good usage, and this is an awesome matchup against the Pacers. I like Middleton, although there is a handful of 6K guys you could get to. I'm going to try to, kind of rotate through them in all of my lineups today. Buddy Hield, 6,100. Bruce Brown, 6,300. These 3 guys look like really solid options. Herb Jones even played really well last game too, so you could even look at him. A lot of good middle tier guys, but I like Chris Middleton here. Should get a couple extra minutes tonight, being an in-season tournament game. He has a few games under his belt since his last absence, so I like him at 6,200. Power forward, another guy from this game. Let's save some more money. I don't mind Aaron Nesmith. He got hot in the fourth quarter against the Celtics, his former team. He was on, vengeance and played 30 minutes. He should probably play, 25-plus minutes tonight. Looks like another solid value play. He needs 22 fantasy points to hit value. I don't want to talk too much about him. He's not even my guy. I like Obi Toppin here at 5K. He's going to play 25 minutes, and if he doesn't play well, Aaron Nesmith or someone else might, finish the game over him. But if he plays well, he can easily play 32 to 35 minutes, as we've seen over the last 2 weeks. 33 minutes, 36 minutes, 33 minutes, 34 minutes. I don't advise pairing him with Aaron Nesmith because they can't both finish the game. They can't both have great games. I'm probably going to go Toppin in cash, Nesmith in GPP, and one of them is probably going to play well. Needs 25 fantasy points to hit value, has a really high ceiling. He's been a little bit risky, though, this year. Ups and downs. So maybe he's the GPP guy. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I like Obi Toppin at 5K. And then our last play, Jonas Valanciunas, 6,500. Looks really good against the Lakers. He should play 30-plus minutes. Needs 32 fantasy points. He has 50-point upside. He's averaging 32 on the year fantasy points. So really safe play. He's my favorite center of the night, although you have Brook Lopez for just $100 more coming off of a great game on Tuesday against the Knicks. He can get really active on blocks and steals. As you can see, he fills up the defensive stats. So, Brook Lopez and Valanciunas both look really good. It's really your preference. I'm not going to spend up to AD. We don't have that kind of value tonight. Don't love Turner. Bobby Portis could play well again off the bench, but it's Valanciunas and Brook Lopez for me at the 5 tonight. That'll do it for this video, guys. Like it, subscribe. Let's get after it today. Big Friday slate tomorrow. Until next time, peace.